So you're given in this case here sales data of 3 agents. Agent number 1 all the way to agent number 3. And then you simply want to show your management the progress. I mean, you know, these guys can't be able to really understand these numbers very well. So if I'm the one who is presenting this, as I try to represent the numbers to my bosses, what I will do, I will come here and write the word trends. Write the word trends. And then what I'll do, I will come and introduce what we call the spark lines. We normally call them spark lines. Actually, I think this word was really, misplaced. They should have called it sparkle, because they really make me very happy. These are great stuff. Great stuff. The spark lines. They call it spark lines, but if I'm the one, I would have called them the spark lines. So what I'll do, I will come here to insert. Are you able to see this insert? The insert. This insert. This is what I will do. I'll come here to insert. And then, of course, after writing trends, I'll come and put under agent 1. Under the column of trends, agent 1, this is what I'm going to highlight. I'll highlight this. After I highlight this, then I'm going to say here insert. When I say insert, you should be able to see a place here for spark lines. So spark lines, there are 3 types of spark lines. We have the line, we have the column, we have the win-loss whenever you have got positives and negatives, profits and losses. So you'd want to represent them very easily as trend lines, as trends, to show you a trends that you use in this case, this win-loss. So here we have the line. I'm picking the line. Once I pick the line, these guys want me to pick the data range. So I'm talking of agent number 1. So agent number 1 is here. I'll come and highlight his figure. So Control Shift, I say right arrow. And then, of course, choose where you want this to be. Already had chosen this and 3. So mine basically is to come and say, okay. So when I say, okay, I'm seeing something beautiful there. And then I'm able to come and drag this down for the 3 agents. I can see in this case here, mwenye ameanguka chini pongolo ni agent number 3. Agent number 3, huyu yake sales yake nenda chini. So now you can discuss with these guys very fast. Even agent number 2 is not doing very well. You can see, of course, it started here going up a little bit, and now we are going down. But agent 1, I'm happy with agent number 1. I'm happy with agent number 1. So then I would want you guys, I don't have to give you my data. I would want you guys to put down your own data and try to do trends for yourselves. You don't have to put a lot of data like this. You can do like just 4 numbers. Like agent 1, you can write whichever numbers. Of course, sales cannot be negative. The worst sales figure can only be 0. Whichever numbers, I would want to see whether the students will be able to do their own trends. Allow me to repeat again. So to wrap this, what I'll do, I'll come and wrap the whole column. So wrapping the whole column, I'll come and say control. How we wrap the whole column? Control minus. There we are. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come here and write the name trends. Write the name trends there. Trends of these guys. It's quite a good pictorial way of showing movements. To have the numbers, in this case, you're telling us a story. You know, reading these numbers, especially when they are big data, becomes very, very hard. What do I want to do, mwalimu? What your mwalimu wants you to do is to put sparkle lines. They call them sparkle lines, but I like calling them sparkling because they sparkle. To me, they make me very happy, these lines. All right? I mean, figures are speaking through the figures. So then what I'll do, I'll come here and say insert. So what am I inserting? I can see a section for sparklines. They call them sparklines, but I like calling them sparkle because I say them sparkling. So then I'm inserting a line, sparkline. You can see they have brought me a pop-up window, data range. The data range come for agent 1. Agent 1, Control Shift, right arrow, and then I should be able to simply say enter or okay. Okay. I should be able to say okay there. So when I say okay, I can see this guy's sparkling line has already come. And then I should be able to come now, drag this down. I'm so sure there must be a ninja who wants me to give him my figures. I'm not doing that, I can't give you my figures throughout. No. And I don't want you to copy. I want creativity. I would want you to use your own figures. Like that, this November 14, you don't even have to write it. I want to see students who are quite, creative as well. You can even, if you have your office's data, you have, for example, like profits for 2019, 2020, 2021, 2023. You put those profits here, profit figures, and then you do a sparkle line. And then tomorrow you show your boss movements of profits here using the sparkle lines. The boss will wonder, I mean, we have a genius of an employee here. End of the year, they'll review your salary upwards significantly. So is there any ninja who is able to draw any spark lines of their own? Do we have any ninja that is able to draw any spark lines on their own? Any ninja who is able to draw any spark lines on their own? Do we have ninjas who have not yet woken here? Do we have ninjas who have not yet woken here? Miss Karanja, great. This Miss Karanja, great. She's now sharing her screen. All right, you can see what she has there. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe this lady loves salsa. She loves, instead of saying sales, she wrote there salsa, which is still good. I don't know, maybe she has salsa bureaus. All right, maybe there are 3 of them. She's trying to tackle. Yeah. I'm so sure you must delete the whole column. Yeah. Then put again trends there. The word trends. Trends is very important. You show your boss. Yeah, you simply write trends. And then I would want another ninja to showcase win-loss. I would want another ninja to showcase win-loss. Align spark lines, great. So come and copy there. Great. Okay, great. Like Salsa 1, her Salsa 1 business is doing very well. Salsa 3, she needs to sack that manager who is in charge of Salsa 3. The other 2 managers are doing very well. They know really their business. They're pushing their business up. Are you able to give us other numbers, Miss Karanja, other numbers, and then you show to us how do these win-loss look like? Just be creative, you know? Be creative. You can write down their profits. Just have 3 years, 1 profit here to be a loss. 1 profit to be negative. So you can go there, yeah, put a figure there. Yeah, another year, put a figure. All right, another year now it should be loss. I wish the middle one was a loss. I wish you want the 3rd one to be a loss. Okay. If I were you, would have put the middle one to be a loss, it would have really brought out that concept of yes, and then the other one to be profit now. Okay, you put another one profit, yes. Thank you so much. Now, then go and fix this win-loss. Win-loss. All right. Great. So then you say insert, sparkline. It's a sparkline still. There is one written there, win-loss. Win-loss, that one, yes. Win-loss. A data range, you have to copy from 200. Data range, you copy from 200. And then you say enter there, or okay. All right. So in this case here, you can see losses normally come in red. In red like that. Danger zones, losses. If you do that thing to your boss tomorrow, you'll come to thank me tomorrow. So you're talking in this case here with your team members, you are the head of the team, and you're telling this team, I mean, here we have got red flags. Red flags. Let's ensure that in the next subsequent, of course, periods, we shall not be having any reds. Yeah, great. We shall not be having any reds. That's how you discuss these things with them. And then you ask them for strategies. How do we avoid these red things in the future? Those guys will be able to, I mean, you are involving them. All right? You're involving them. And when you involve them, it's called participatory kind of management. This is a truthful bottom-up. You involve them in making decisions, and then you will see results. You now get everything is sparkling in the blue like that. Great. Today, I'm not seeing so many guys. Thank you very much, Miss Karanja. Thank you very much, Miss Karanja. So then we are now on another. I saw Sylvia crying some time back. Sylvia, have you been able to know now how to do this? Great. Also, this ninja called PC, but I need to know your names. I'll not be calling you PC. I need to know your names. This is a good ninja. Great. So please do the trend there. Aha. Tito, great. So you can see, I hope you guys are able to see what PC is doing there. So now he's selecting agent one figures. Great. PC, I've got one fight to pick with you. I don't know whether you are ready for the fight with this big ninja or I will crush you. There is one fight I have to do with you, PC. Great. And then now you can copy that down and then we start our fight, little fight. So PC, I would want you to know, thank you very much. I can see some not very good things for agent 2 and agent 3. So PC, I want you to highlight from 84 to 100 for agent 1. You highlight using, go there and say control shift on your left hand, control. I want you to go the direct way. Control shift, you're holding like that, control shift down, and then you use now the arrows. Nope. Nope. I don't want you to write again. I simply want you to just go to agent one figures. So I simply want you to highlight agent one row. How do you highlight agent one row very fast? You will go there after you've put that cursor there. You say control shift, hold on to the two permanently. Control and shift, and then now the right arrow. You hit the right arrow once. Let's try that. So you're holding on to control. No, you're moving your cursor. So I know you're not doing exactly what I'm doing, what I'm saying. Yes, leave that there. All right. And then now hold on using your left hand, two fingers, press on to control and shift. And then now use your navigation, east arrow. You hit it once. No, why is it going down? And that arrow is supposed to be on your right, the right arrow, but at least you're making progress. So start from there. So control shift, both of them, hold both of them permanently down. And then now you hit the right arrow. Navigation, those four arrows. You know you have got four arrows. Ngine ya kwenda juu, ngine ya kwenda chini. Evo. Yes. All right. Still holding on to control shift. Can you hit the down arrow? Still, yes. Now it goes. That's how you highlight a table. So please practice, PC. Please practice doing that. Thank you so much. Sylvia, I want to see you smiling, Sylvia. Are you able to share your screen, Sylvia? We see how far you are. Sylvia. Cyril, Sylvia. Abracadabra, Sylvia. Tunataka kumaliza darasa haraka haraka. Abracadabra. Where are you, Sylvia? Is there any other ninja who has not yet understood this concept of spark lines? I want you to be using spark lines in your communications. Paul, dancing, great. Spark lines. Tomorrow, I want people to be using spark lines. Spark lines. Done 3 already. Great. I'm waiting to hear from Sylvia. Unfortunately, she's nowhere to talk here. Yeah. You can as well, in this case here, for example, do spark lines for your child's performance. For example, you can track her mathematics figures. One time, for example, she got like, say, 63. Another time, she went up to 71. Another time, she went up to 80 something. So you track that down and they show this guy like, I mean, there is something happening here. All right. So can I go to another concept, my good students? Now that Sylvia does not want to talk to me? All right. Ahmed, great. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is something that I would want to really show you guys here. Oh, but are you comfortable, Sylvia? No worries, but now are you comfortable? Are you comfortable now? Have you known how to do it? Ama we shall overcome? Not yet, okay. It's a very simple thing, Sylvia, you ninja. You want now, Kenny, you ninja. Imagine it's very easy, Sylvia. Very easy. Very easy. You see, so long as you've come here, you want to fix. You see where I want to fix? I want to fix the trend for agent number 1. It's very easy. First of all, you relax. I want to fix the spark line for agent number una, numero una, or uno. Great. So then what I will do, I'll come and simply in agent 1 here, put my highlighting box there. And then I'll go to something called insert here. I hope you're able to see where insert is after file, home, insert. And then I'll be able to see, ladies and gentlemen, here, 3 things here. I have the line, column, win, under the spark lines here. So I'm picking the line one. And then I'll see a pop-up window. Once I see this pop-up window, so I will come here and highlight. I hope PC is able to see how I'm highlighting this. Control Shift, right arrow. I highlight it once like a ninja. And then from there now I should be able to come here and say, okay. When I say, okay, I can see now my thing has come, Sylvia. Then you will come and do what here? You will come and do like that. And then you get for the 3. Sylvia sio kitu ngumu, imagine. Ni vile tuko hapa pamoja, but si kitu ngumu, utashangaa sana. And that's some kind of confidence too. And you know, in Excel also, you need that kind of a don't care attitude. I mean, so what? I'll try. If I don't get it, I'll keep on doing until I become a master. That's a skill that you need as a ninja. So Sylvia, now I'm waiting to hear from you. But trust you me, it's more of confidence, because this one, even if it's the old Excel, it has this. Hii hata si hesabu. Hii hata ina kitu yoyote. Anaweza kuwa anakosea wapi? Oh, I know why. It's because Sylvia, you know, I know why it's good. You're honest, Sylvia. I know why. Unajua hujaanza na kuweka nini? Angalia hapa. The data range ile umespecify. Huja specify data range. Unaona? Lazima kwanza uanze na hii. Highlight where you would want that spark line to be put. You start by highlighting where you would want that spark line to be put. After me highlight, na unakuja unasema hapa, at least tuko mbele sababu umejua hiyo insert. So unakuja unasema hapa line. So ukisema line, kuna hii pop-up window. So if this pop-up window is the one that is maybe blocking you, you can hold this pop-up window by the head. You hold it by the head up here, and then you drag it if it's blocking your highlights. You hold it by the head. You don't hold it by the body as a ninja. Itaanguka ukihold as a body. You see ninja style. Ninja style, you hold this thing by the head up here, and then you move with it. Now you can move with it to wherever you want. You hold it by the head and then naning'inia. So unakuja hapa kama ni data range, so unaweza copy kitu kimother tongue, ile PC style. Sasa hii kama unataka hivyo pole ndio kupatia data range pole paka hapo, and then now you can hit what here, you can hit enter there. Ebu try mwisho kikataa, then I will leave you to watch the video because we have to make some progress a little bit. Uzuri kuna videos to be watched. Great. Thank you so much. Great. Done. Now make sure you do more practice, Sylvia. You do more practice today. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, now I'm almost on the tail end of at least advanced Excel, although some of you want me to do this Power BI. So now I would want to go into financials and I show you a few of things here, a little bit of things here. Now, assuming you take a loan where the principal amount, you've taken a loan where the principal amount is $1 million. Principal amount is $1 million. Right? The rate of interest is 21%. Interest, like that is 10%. Is 10%. 10%. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you want to come and pay this in 10 equal installments. 10 installments. So we have here NOE. NOE is number of years. Number of years. Let's talk of 12. Sorry, don't confuse with this. And then somebody tells you, so here you are only paying like annually. You are paying annually. You are paying annually. You are paying annually. Somebody comes and tells you, hey, I need a loan amortization schedule. A loan amortization. I need a loan amortization schedule. Schedule. A loan amortization schedule. A loan amortization schedule or schedule. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. So I will have to come, ladies and gentlemen, the very first thing that I will do, please listen. And of course, I'm not going to give you my figures. I'm not giving you my table. Now you guys, where you've reached, you are no longer children. Now you can chew food by yourselves. Sasa mmefika mahali pa kula getheri. Sasa mmeshakuwa kubwa. Most of the things will be typing on your own, and I don't even want you to be seeing, I don't want to be seeing you guys taking my numbers. I need to see students who are quite creative here. But at first, of course, you can copy my numbers for purpose of comparing. But when I tell you to share your screen, you have to say, what if this happens? And then you give me your own numbers. You give me your own numbers. So this loan amortization schedule, I'm going to have here the period. I'm going to have here the year. I'm going to have here the opening balance. Opening balance. I'm going to have, ladies and gentlemen, the interest. I'm going to have, ladies and gentlemen, the installment paid. I'm going to have, in this case here, what we call closing balance. Closing balance. Like that, closing balance, like that. So then I would want these words here to be seen, all of them. So what I'm going to do is to highlight the entire schedule, and then I come here and double click like that. Now I have the entire table showing up very, very well, very, very well. So I will start in this case here by writing years 1 to years 12 here. If you have this Excel, 21 and above, you can use sequence to write this. So how many rows do you want? 12 rows. You say enter. You can use sequence to write that, and it will take you to really very easily to 12. Like that. Yeah. Will you allow me, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I do like everything and then we start from scratch? Please allow me to do like everything and then we start from scratch. Allow me to do everything and then we start from scratch for you to be able to see the end in sight. The end has to be in sight for you to love this thing. So the opening balance, I would want you to listen and listen to me very well. I would want you to listen and listen to me very well. So come here, ladies and gentlemen, and then you should be able to give us, come here, ladies and gentlemen, and then you should be able to give us something very, very important called installment. How much will you be paying per year? Installment. How much will you be paying per year? So this installment is what we shall be calling PMT. It is what Excel calls PMT. What Excel calls PMT. So this PMT, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very important. What happened here? We shall overcome. So the installment is what we shall be calling the PMT. PMT for payment. And then I should be able to tab like that. So this PMT, you have to look for it. The PMT, you look for it. It's a function. You'll come and say equals, and then you start pressing their PMT. It has already come there in blue. And it is telling me that PMT calculates the payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant interest rate. Constant payments and a constant what year? Interest rate. So I want this PMT. How much will I be paying every year? Every year. So that is it. It is already now brought the formula here before I look at your charts. So in this case here, PMT, the first thing they want me to give them is the rate. The rate of interest is 10%. The rate of interest is 10%. And then I say, comma. Then we have number of periods. Number of periods, ladies and gentlemen, is the number of years. That is 12. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the next one, which is the present value. So what is the present value? The present value is this 1 million. The present value is this one, the loan that I'm getting today. The loan that I'm getting today is my present value. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there now you have to make a decision. You know, this installment that I will pay is supposed to be positive. It's supposed to be positive. These others are, of course, in box brackets. So what I need to do is to just, that are not necessary. What I need to do is to come and block them like this, and then I should be able to enter. You see, I'll get a negative what here? A negative value. I'll get a negative value. I don't want this to be a negative value. So how do I do away with this negative value? I can even come and kill it here after equals. After equals, I'll come and kill it here and put a negative there. That's how I negate this, because I would want this thing to be what here to be positive. Of course, I don't want the dollar, but I'll be able to show you what to do here to get a general number. That should not scare you. Just leave it. I will repeat, don't worry. I'm just doing this for you to see how the end will look like. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from there, I'll come and now pick the opening balance. Is there somebody who can tell me what you think the opening balance will be? Is there somebody who can tell me what you think in this loan amortization schedule the opening balance will be? Opening balance. What shall the opening balance be? Opening balance. Thank you very much. It is a loan that you are borrowing. So the opening balance is this amount here, the principal. All right. So I pick it like that. I'm doing very well. Interest is always pegged on the opening balance. How much did you owe us for the whole year? So interest will be that times the rate of interest per annum, which is 10%. And this rate of interest is going to be constant throughout. The rate of interest will not be wobbling. The rate of interest will not be wobbling. You know what? A wobbling, I gave you an example of a rickety car. A rickety car. You know, somebody who is very bright, you should not stay with one vehicle for way too long. It develops rickets. You should be able to know like maximum number of years. If I have a Toyota, it's 3 years. Dispose that one. You dispose problems, get another one like that. So it doesn't start to wobble. So this interest, ladies and gentlemen, is supposed to be remaining constant, this E4. And if it's supposed to be remaining constant, then I need to lock it up. So I'll come and say here, I'm locking this up with my F4 like that. And then I move to the next concept, ladies and gentlemen. I move the next concept. So next concept, ladies and gentlemen, I can see it is about installment paid. So how much installment am I paying here? I know the installment amount. So I'll pull it through. But as I pull it through, again, it's not lost on me the fact that the installment is always constant. Installment does not fluctuate. Installment is always constant. Installment to be paid is like a brand new vehicle that is on the road, which does not keep on wobbling, that's got very good springs. So this one is always constant. And if it's constant, then I have to lock it up like that. And then I tab. I go to the closing balance. So is there somebody who can give me a formula for getting closing balance? Hey, you great ninjas. Is there anybody who can give me the formula for getting closing balance? Hey, you good ninjas. Anybody who can give me the formula for getting closing balance? Hey, you good ninjas. Anybody who can give me the formula for getting closing balance? What do you think shall I do to get closing balance? What do you think shall I do to get closing balance, you good ninjas? Great. They are telling me, Mwalimu, first of all, it's a function start with equals, then come and pick the opening balance. Opening balance, I add this interest to it. And of course, I less the installment paid like that. And then I should be able to smilingly press enter there. Press enter there. And then we go now to year number 2. This one, I think I should be able to give a present. And the person, by the way, I owe one person a present. You know, we had said the meeting was to start at 6:30, and I sent the link at exactly 5 something, but there is a student who joined that meeting at 5 something. I was able to see from the background. I think that student, we should be able to give that student a present. Can you guess who that person was? Who that person was, who came in when I just sent the link like this, and that person came in and she was able to stay there. Can you guess who that person was? We give that person some great money here so that he can also go and give. You know, the good thing of giving ladies money, the good thing of giving ladies money, the good, of course, not all of them, but about 90% of them, at least when you give them money, like when it's on a Sunday, they're going to give like an offering. Yeah, something small will be, cut away and put into that offering basket. And then I become blessed also on this side. The same doesn't happen to most men. There are men I give money like 1,000 shillings, then they take this money to a club. Maybe that's why I'm not becoming very rich as I would wish to become rich. So who is that student? I know who the student is. Let me see whether you guys are able to guess here. It was Nancy J, yes. It was Nancy J. You're right. This was Nancy, yes. You guys, how did you? Oh, ama mejivotia mwenyewe. It was Nancy, yes. It was Nancy. Not Sylvia. It was Nancy. It was Nancy. It was Nancy J, yes. So Nancy, I owe you a gift. You'll be getting it in a few minutes, yes. You'll be getting it in a few minutes. She was the first. I give 100. No. PC, you must be a hater. PC, you must be a hater. PC must be a hater. PC must be a hater. PC must be a hater. All right. So then we come back to this one here now. Now we are in year number 2. What do you think will be the opening balance for us in year number 2? And also, by the way, today, as we wind up, I would also want to give a present to the student who came in last. The student will be able to come in very last as we are finishing. Please identify that student. We also reward that ninja. You know, when you're rewarding ninjas, it doesn't have to be like the best performing students throughout. No. There is a time as a master ninja, you will have in this case here to reward even the worst performing, because, you know, it's how do we make this donkey move forward? There are 2 ways. You can hit this donkey from its behind. Seriously, you beat it from behind and it's going to move. Or you dangle a carrot to it from the head here. And so I would want also to dangle a carrot today to the lazy ninjas. Lazy ninjas also today, they're getting a present. So by the time we're going to finish this class like that, we call out the lazy ninja. Also, the lazy ninja gets a present. So then I would want to get, in this case here for year number 2, the opening balance for year 2, it will be the closing balance for year number 1. Closing balance for year number 1. And then I say tab. So, ladies and gentlemen, the interest here is very easy. I'll come and pick the interest. I'll pick the opening balance for year number 1. Or not year 1, but year 2, where we began from. And then I say here times. I will come and say times the rate of interest. The rate of interest is this 10%, and I know that 10% is not going to wobble. 10% is going to remain constant. So in this case here, we have here, we have here. I want to lock this. I want to lock this with F4 like that. And then I say tab. I go to the next one. The installment paid, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pick this. And I know this installment paid is also steady on the road. It doesn't wobble. So what I'm supposed to do here is to come and basically lock it up. I lock it up, and then I come and take it away to closing balance here. No, nope. I have to escape. First of all, I did a mistake here. I should have said here equals installment is this one, and then I need to come and lock it. And then I say enter, or I say tab to go to the next one. And then, ladies and gentlemen, to get in this case here the closing for year number 2, I will take in this case here the opening for year number 1, and then I come and say shift plus, I pick the interest, and then I say minus the installment like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I should be able to come here and enter the ninja way, enter like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I need in this case here to come and highlight the whole of this row, and then take it down, my rabbit, take it down. So I take it down my rabbit way. My rabbit is running, is running, is running. You can see it has really amortized to 0. It has amortized to 0. All right. I've been able to take this rabbit down nicely. That was good hunting, ninjas. So we want to repeat this, but before I repeat, is there any ninja that has been able to take a rabbit down or his rabbit down to 0 here? Is there anybody's ninja, anybody's any ninja's rabbit that is down like mine? Huyu anasema oye, ngoja tuone nani anasema oye. Ngoja tuone nani anasema oye. Tuone. I know this lady, PC, you know to be a friend of many ladies here. Many ladies cannot like you here, PC. When you say they should be given 100, they'll not like you. Trust you me. They'll not like you. Great. How do I like, okay, how do I lock? PC must be a new student. Now I understand. I'll be able to show you, not a problem. Not a problem. I'll be able to show you. Not a problem. Not a problem. Ni kamati ya rombaya. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see whether there is any ninja whose Sungura is down with 0. Add 15. We shall overcome. Let me reserve my comments there. Alishachochea pesa yako pia. We shall overcome. So, Paul, great. Great. At least there is one ninja whose rabbit is down with a 0. That is the best ninja. You hit it. Now the rabbit is down with 0. It has been amortized. It has amortized to 0. And I'm so sure there are other ninjas whose rabbits are jumping up there in the air because the figures are decreasing instead of amortizing. I'm so sure there must be a ninja whose loan is not even coming to 0 at the end of the 12 years. The rabbit is still hanging up there and yet you have completed. Do we have such ninjas in this house whose figures are not amortizing? They are doing the opposite. Yeah. Please share. Great. 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 I like the way this guy is even doing the formatting. Very good. So if I were you, I would have started first of all by showing these ninjas what we did to get the PMT. What have we done? I mean, that's where I would begin from. Because PMT, not many ninjas will be able to know how to calculate the PMT amount. Not many ninjas will be able to know how to calculate the PMT amount. Yeah, for him, he has known PMT is supposed to be positive, and because the system will always bring it as a negative, he has started by putting a negative. This is a good ninja. I don't know whether it's the same Paul, comma, the rate, NPR, those are number of periods. Usiende kusema kwa boss wako ati niper, no. Those are number of periods. It's NPR. Present value is the amount you are borrowing today. So this great ninja has, sorry, there must be a problem. You just start again. What happened here? Oh, it's because instead of you are using times instead of a comma. They've told you to use comma there. Don't use times. Never ever should we happen to use times. So tumaliza raka. Leo ni Sunday. Sunday kuna very good newspapers I like reading. Nowadays I'm very happy. The person who brought this thing of working from home alitusaidia sana. Otherwise mimi nilikuwa nimetupa mbao kabisa. So the interest has been able to lock it up times the opening balance times the opening balance. Installment paid is picking that installment payment. And that one is always locked. That one is a brand new machine. On the road, doesn't wobble. So we have, and again, okay, thank you. First of all, finish. Plus the interest minus the installment. Enter. So now go to year 2. So year 2, pick the closing balance of last year equals, you pick that one. Sorry, just a minute. We start again. Equals. Don't punch equal. Okay, don't punch anything. Just stop there. Now, when you want to move my friend to the cell to your right, you don't press enter. You press tab, the tab, the one that is on top of the caps lock. Because you want after there, you'd want to be on the right side. So you press tab to move to the right. When you press enter, you'll go down. Press tab. Are you able to see the tab which is on top of the caps lock, you, Paul? Yes. So it goes to the right. So that, very soon, Paul, you're going to become the CFO. And as you punch those numbers, and I'll be looking at my TV, when I'll be an old man, when you punch those numbers, I'll be able to say that I'm proudly to say that that was my student. Don't press things that are going down and you're supposed to be going on the right. You'll not be a good ninja. When you want to go to the right, you always say equals with tab. Thank you. So now we are creating interest. So interest, we'll pick that. Ensure that you lock the 12% times the opening balance. And remember, you want to go to the right cell. So to go to the right, don't press enter. Tab. Thank you. So installment, go back and pick that one. Lock it. Great. Now go off here, enter unit. Okay, plus interest, yes, minus installment. Now I would want to hit enter because I would want to go to the beginning of this yes. All right. No, don't take my rabbit down like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. My rabbit should be taken. Please say Control Z. Say Control Z. So go to the rabbit's cage. Highlight row 2 alone. Then you go to the rabbit's cage. Rabbit's cage is that one, yes. The angry rabbit. Now you double click. You hit it twice. Great. The only problem, you had gone up to 12. So please delete those two, 11 and 12. Just delete those two. Uongo. Samuel is kata. Uongo. But Samuel, thanks for bringing that up. Are you able to share your screen, Samuel? Samuel, not Samuel. Are you able to share your screen? If you don't mind, I'll be able to show you. Is there any ninja apart from Paul who's working is agreeing? Great. I like the figure. This is a person who's dreaming big. I know why. So go to this installment payment. Go to the installment payment. Please click there. Then please, I would want you to change this figure to a positive. So go to your formula bar after equals, put negative there. Say enter. That is the only mistake I think you have. Then there must be another mistake. I can see the mistake. So go to this interest. Go to column G8. Yeah, G8. Where you have 10%. 8. G8. Where you have 10%. The first year one you have that one. That interest is not right. So start again equals. Take the interest rate, which is 10%. Please lock it. To lock, you say function F4 or just F4. And then you say times the opening balance, which is 200,000. Yes, enter, or rather tab. All right. Now you can see that is the only mistake you did, my brother. One more thing. You can see your interest for the first year is coming in form of percentage. Please put your cursor there. Yeah. So I would want you to simply go to this number, if you can see under the ribbon there, You can see the percentage thing under help. Under help, you can see there is a percentage thing there. Unaona huko juu mahali kuna, unaona huko juu kabisa hapo kuna help. Yeah. Hapo kuna ka percentage. Hit that arrow. Yes. Hit that one. Put it general. General. Yes. Like that. Great. How to get it, Paris? Yes, I'll explain. So I hope now you'll be able to practice. It was just a small mistake. All right. Now you should be able to practice. Thank you very much. Paris, are you able to do like what Samuel has done by sharing your screen, Paris? Paris, are you able to share your screen? Now, this is not Paris, but let me see what PC guy wants. Okay. Opening. No, acha kuandika vitu namna hiyo wewe. Acha kuwa mean. Usikuwe mean na pesa. Sasa angalia kama E atameandika E na Y peke yake. Huyu jamani ningetaka kujua jina yake ni full. We shall overcome. Interest. Installment. No worries, don't worry about the after interest, write their closing balance. You simply say tab. Well, don't leave alone those things. These are errors. Closing balance. Yeah. Yours is a 12-year thing. Utapata shida ukirevise na niwe PC. Unaandika vitu hapo fani P, in na N. Sasa enda kwa years andika 1 mpaka 12. Enda kwa years andika 1 mpaka 12. At least hiyo imeingia. So kwa years andika 1 mpaka 12. No worries. Okay. So 1 mpaka 12. I hope you know the sequence thing. To simplify it, equals sequence QQ. Ala. Ni kama una sequence wewe. Iko kweli? Hebu tuanasema tu equals. Okay, just write 1 to 12 manually. Write 1 to 12 manually. There is a guy who is selling this thing at 300 bob. Wewe una sequence. Andika tu 1 hivyo tu mpaka 12. We are patient, and meanwhile, I'll really want to see Paris's work. Paris's work. It will be very important for me to see her work. Mpaka 12, There's also another shortcut, but now we are not teaching so many things at the same time. Thitu, you are crying, Thitu. Madam Thitu. Great. Thank you so much. Now, there is one thing that you will need to go back and do, UPC man. You need to calculate the installment first. You calculate the installment. How much installment? What's up? Paul knows the WhatsApp. Installment. Great. Yeah, sequence. Okay, nitarudia. PMT. Rate is 10%, isn't it? Comma. Number of periods. 12. Comma. And then we have PV is the present value, is the amount you're borrowing today. Okay. So all right. Sasa tuanze kazi. Thank you. Achana hiyo madola. Iko sawa kabisa. Achana nitakufunza baadaye Sasa tuende hapo kwa opening balance. So opening balance, great. Great. Interest, always pegged on the opening balance. So equals 10%. That 10% has to be locked, isn't it? I hope you have known how to great. This must be a very good student. He's mean, but very good student. Times the opening balance. Times the opening balance. Woi, PC umekwama. Woi, ayaoni my times iko hapo shift 8. Shift 8. Hey, what happened? Au kusema times, mpaka uanza fresh. Equals interest lock it times finya times shift 8 times the opening balance, say tab, go to the next one. So the installment, pick the installment that you have there. You don't pick it like without equals, and then you pick it, and then you F4, thank you so much. You say tab, you can see you have said enter, but we shall overcome. So equals, you take the opening balance plus normally interest, minus installment. No, not that minus, my friend. Oh. We start again. Equals. So $1 million plus interest minus installment. Yeah. The alt H fees is also good, but I want students to adopt. Great. So go to, that's okay. That's perfect. So equals, so closing balance, bring it down. Tab, always tab. Interest, take the 10%, equals 10%, lock it. If you don't lock it, it's a lock you times opening balance times opening balance tab. Yes, that's okay. Okay. Installment, pick the installment up there and remember to lock it. How do you pick without saying equals? You PC man, you PC man, you. Lock it. Great. Tab. You shall get used to, don't worry. You always tab when you want to go to the right. I'll be having a bit of a trouble when I'll be teaching you financial modeling. Plus the interest. Minus the installment. Great. So now you can, okay, now you highlight only row 2. You highlight row 2. All right. No. Say Control Z. Great. Please use the white, that one. Ala, unatemeka mkono kwa nini PC? Na hata nishakufunza shortcut ya kwa thank you. Ala, what could be the problem? Fanyaje PC ile ndio kufunza shortcut ya ku highlight. Chukua ile control shift, mali umeweka hapo control shift and then you hit the right arrow. Just take then now there the angry rabbit, take it down. It goes to 0. Thank you very much. So Caro, angalia anasema someone to reshare. Abdikani hakuna leo kitu ya kushare. Sasa Caro, sasa niko na Madam Caro. Sasa nataka kumfunza. Na pia ule mwingine alikuwa muuliza swali la sikumbuki nani huyo. So Madam Caro, hebu angalia hapa Madam Caro. So Madam Caro, ukienda kwa kazi kesho, wanakuambia uandike 1 to 1000, unawaambia hakuna dhena. Unasema equals sequence and ile high school sequence. So if you want to go to 1000, you simply write 1000 rows. Just that, and then you say enter. So if I say control down, it goes to 1000. If I want to write 1 to 12, very easy. I'll simply come and say equals sequence. And then I'm 112. Nikisahau hiyo formula, kama ningekuwa sawa jamaa PC, ningeandika hapa 1, niseme 2, nikisahau hiyo formula. Alafu nikuje nishikanishe, nikisahau hiyo formula, nishikanishe hizi mbili kama ninja hatari, alafu nikuje hapo kama ninja hatari. Now I can take this. It is even telling me after. Although the best is the sequence. Madam Caro, have you been able to see that before I answer? Paris also had a question. I think it was Paris. And again, remember there is a gentleman who is selling the new Excel version 2021. We negotiated with the guy, although this is theft, which is bad, but I mean, most students can't afford really. I mean, can't afford 15,000 to pay for the licensed Excel, Microsoft Office 365. There is some theft in this case here that, at times you are pushed. Just like policemen, how do you give a whole man who has a family, you are paying them salaries of 30,000, and then you are exposing them, in this case here, to matatus that are willing to give them? They're just on putting a hand like that, Somebody is willing to give them 200 bob, 300. Circumstantial theft. You're being pushed. When I teach my students fraud, no. Sylvia, is not possible. It's not possible. That person must have conned you. That person sold you an old Excel. If it doesn't have sequence, that person sold you an old Excel, and this is life. Life namna hiyo. Unaibiwa. Utaacha kuibiwa ile siku na kufa unatoka kwa hii dunia. Huyo alikuibia. Mimi nakwambia ukweli kabisa. Kama 2021, huyo alikuibia. Alikuibia. PV, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, is that now okay for everybody? Is that okay for everybody? Is that okay for everybody? Oh, I write for you horizontally. No problem. Horizontally is very easy as well. That's a good question. Horizontally. Who is this person who is even stealing from ladies now? And I was here Excel mbaya. Pesa yake inapotea. It's very bad. It's very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. Now, if, for example, you want to write horizontally these numbers, maybe you want to write, like somebody gives you like columns and then anakuambia, these columns are 1,000. I would want you to number them from here to here, 1,000 columns. So you tell them, no problem, equal sequence. And then now you can see here, rows, you're only going to have one row now. Only one row. So the row in this case here, for example, will be just one row. And then you say comma. Now the columns will be 1,000. Then you say enter. So now you can see from here, ladies and gentlemen, you can see from here, ladies and gentlemen, if I say control, right arrow, it takes me to 1,000. The only trick there is to say one row. But now columns are many. One row. But now columns are many. One row, but now columns are many. So up to there, are we okay? Up to there, are we okay? Up to there. Excel imefika Kariobangi, hiyo ni gani? We shall overcome. So Caroline, yani Kariobangi imefika mwisho ama, but it's too early kuchoka hivyo. It is too early kuchoka hivyo. The trick ya Excel ni kwamba you must practice. If you don't practice, you'll always get what here? Problems with Excel. Problems with Excel. And that's why I always keep on asking you questions, and I will ask you a question here. In all versions, yes. Okay, great. Then I understand. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is there somebody who has started using this knowledge that I'm giving you here at their workplaces? Is there somebody who has started using this Excel that I'm giving you here in their workplaces? Anybody? Paul, Samuel Otieno, great. Thank you very much, Caroline. Great. Please practice. Use it. And then I told you, you have to take, in this case here, pride with Excel. Excel is the only thing I would want you to go on top of some chair, you stand and tell everybody in your company that I'm the expert. Let them bring you problems of Excel. Then you are going automatically to become like the think tank, the knowledge of the company. So that when it comes to firing of people, one day they want to fire you, but they realize this guy, the kind of Excel things he has done, they cannot hire you, become irreplaceable. Every year when they are looking at like how do we increase salaries, they must always do what they must always. Like myself, I'm so happy having known Excel. I'm able to get into these like golf clubs, the top-notch golf clubs, Capital Club. It is courtesy of this Excel. All right, courtesy of Excel, not any other thing. Courtesy of Excel. Because there are very few people who will be able to do like this actuarial valuations. Great. See you at 8 p.m. in the evening. Who is this? Great. Paris of course, great. So then we shall be able to break there, ladies and gentlemen, all of us. and I'll be having another session at exactly 4 p.m. The repetition sessions, it's very important you also attend. So then that reminds me, I need to sort Nancy J. Nancy J. Is this Nancy J the lady who works at PwC? Or is it a different lady?